In a typical Minecraft world, you start by punching wood to make tools, then use wood tools to upgrade to stone, stone upgrades to iron, which allows you to look for diamonds. Then you build your base, and if you're feeling brave, you go to the end and you kill the end dragon. Very predictable. But what if everything was different? What if chickens drop TNT, sugarcane turns into bamboo planks, and grass is magma blocks? Let's see what I can achieve in 100 days in a random loot Minecraft world. Because I have no clue what anything will give me, I spent the first day just breaking everything I could find to see what I would get. Grass drops weathered cut copper stairs. Grass blocks turn into magma blocks, but without a pickaxe, I can't go any further than that. So I figured I would try punching trees and see what I got. I ended up with warped fence gates of all things. The fence gate turned into a flower pot and a jungle tree sapling. And the flower pot gave me a shulker shell. I can't believe I have a shulker shell before tools. But the jungle sapling gave me one single mangrove plank. Just one. Oh wait, what do the leaves drop? Clocks. Okay, great. I have lots of clocks. And then I made an epic discovery. The tall grass actually drops 2 oak logs. 2 of them. This has gotta be the easiest way to get wood I've ever seen. So I made my first crafting bench, and then I crafted a pickaxe, an axe, and a sword, all made out of wood, of course. And then I discovered I'm probably gonna have to make a lot of crafting benches. Normally a pig would give me some juicy pork chops, but in this world, well, a mangrove trapdoor is gonna be what's for dinner. And that mangrove trapdoor turns into nothing. Literally nothing. It's pointless to kill pigs in this world. Now you might wanna close your eyes and ears for this next one. But unfortunately, the only thing horses drop is a lifetime of therapy to overcome the remorse and guilt from killing one. I found out chickens drop TNT, and TNT eventually turns into a flower pot, so I crafted a shulker box, and well, what happens if I break the shulker box? Oh, it stays the shulker box. Okay, good. Okay, Mr. Sheep, what do you give me? You gave wood. Okay, we got plenty of wood. But because I'm still using a wooden pickaxe, I can't find out what everything turns into yet, because wooden pickaxes can't break everything. I tried each of the various flowers, but the only thing of value that I ended up coming out with was a little bit of redstone. I need food. Oh, netherite. What does netherite give? Hey! Oh yes, we got food! Okay. Oh, we got so much food. So I stopped to craft up a whole bunch of sandwiches, hopefully enough to help me find a new source of food. And then because I'm still carrying a wooden pickaxe, I couldn't break the gold block, the obsidian, or the crying obsidian. Oh, wonderful, cobbled deep. Cobbled deep slate, wonderful. Oh, I should have kept that. Dang it. Oh wait, I got wool, carpet, gray carpet. What? What? Remember that came from cobbled deep slate, because that's gonna come up again later. What? Oh gosh, what does Skulk give me? Okay, we're gonna have to go, a beacon? What? I have 9 beacons sitting in my inventory right here. Mind you, this is day 0, and I haven't even figured out how to get cobblestone or reliable food yet. After spending the entire night running from zombies, I found out that the mangrove propagule gave me some kind of a loot chest. I don't really know what, but I have an iron helmet and 3 iron now. So I crafted an iron pickaxe, like this. Gold blocks drop diamonds? What? And found out that gold blocks drop diamonds. Now if I could just figure out where gold comes from. After some sailing on the ocean, I came across a village, found out that mossy cobblestone gives some kind of a loot chest, and cobblestone eventually turns into a block of raw gold. Now, if you remember, blocks of regular gold turn into diamond. If I could only figure out how to smelt this. Oh, that'll do just fine. But notice here, I put in all my coal, and I put in all of my raw gold, and then I get immediately distracted by an idea. Wait. I wonder. Smooth red sandstone. But if you follow that path down, it eventually turns into... No way! No way! I just got a diamond block by killing a villager. So after taking out the security system, you know what's coming next. I mean, come on, how many of you wouldn't have done the same? Oh, I got observers! The problem is, I don't need observers. I need a bed, which the smithing table was happy to give me. A bed. I got a bed! Now I just need to figure out where I'm gonna put it, because once I put it down, it's gotta stay there. So I found a bed no longer occupied by villagers, and I slept the night. Now on day 2, I did a lot of exploring with other blocks, but unfortunately, if I tell you what everything turns into, that's literally the only thing this video is going to be. So I'm gonna try and just stick to important things from here on out. I took a minute to break down the rest of my diamonds, and then I crafted up full diamond tools and armor. Feels good to be a shiny boy, but I'd really like to get some better food still. And then I discovered that oak fences turn into rails, which turn into... No way. Bastion loot? You gotta be kidding me. I have ancient debris and smithing templates, and I haven't even crafted my first furnace. Imagine what treasures await for me in the nearest mineshaft though. I spotted a mushroom island and decided to call it home. The next morning I got up and started digging out a flat area to build my base. The problem is, I don't know what I'm gonna build out of. Because I know that you're wondering, the mycelium turns into dead coral, dirt is the same as suspicious sand or gravel, and the brown mushroom stems gave me red sand. But I wasn't ready for what the brown mushrooms turned into. White carpet. Oh, no way! Ancient debris? I can't, I can't do anything with this. Until I can find a way to get stone, I won't be able to smelt down the ancient debris and actually use it. So I decided to build a mine shaft and see what everything underground would give me. Then, while looking for coal in order to make torches, and somehow being completely oblivious to 2 different chests having some, I made the solemn realization that I had left a lot of coal and all that raw gold back at the village. I need coal. Cards. Oh, wait, there's coal right there. Okay, that's enough to get me started. And so I started the long dig down to bedrock. Stone turns into stripped mangrove wood, which just gives me a snowball. But mangrove planks eventually give me blue lanterns, which means I have a better way to light my staircase down to bedrock. But before long, my stack and a half of clocks was telling me that it was nighttime. So I headed back up, went to bed, and it was then the morning of day 6. Clocks and snowballs, what the heck? Okay, now what I want to do is I want to see if I blow up the TNT, what is it going to drop? Oak button turns into purple candle. Better write that one down. It still drops the other items. So it was back down into the mines to continue digging to bedrock, where I eventually hit deep slate and I got really excited. Because I remembered that earlier I had got something really good out of the deep slate I found in that chest. But I was severely disappointed when I realized it was cobbled deep slate that had given me the good stuff. Oh man. Oh, I did it. I finally hit bedrock. Finally. Level 58. This is where we stop. So I dug around until I finally found a diamond ore. I just want to see what it's going to turn into. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I'm excited. I know I'm not going to get diamonds out of it. I guess I just want to know what I am going to get out of it. Mangrove root. Which turns into a light gray banner, jungle trapdoor, green wool, crimson slabs, dark oak sapling, and then finally a spruce pressure plate, which turns into nothing. And here's everything I got and where it came from. Now that I have some materials, I spent day 8 getting started on my first ever building. The base is going to be out of the dead coral, and then it goes into the purple concrete powder, followed by mangrove planks, and then I'm gonna go higher up with some bamboo planks. My goal is to make it look like some kind of mushroomy tower. You might notice there's no bamboo planks up there. That's because I don't have very many, so it's time to start farming some sugarcane, because that's what turns into bamboo. But sugarcane itself comes from gold ore, which I don't have very much of and it's hard to find. So I explored around a little bit looking for more sugarcane and then got distracted by snow. I can't figure out what this is. I planted down the 8 sugarcane I had gotten from mining earlier, and then I headed back down into the mines, hoping to find some more gold ore. But I got immediately distracted by deep slate coal ore, which gives cyan terracotta, which turns into ancient loot. Yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness. So I collected up a whole bunch of it. Okay, I collected up a little bit too much of it, and then I had to head back out of the mine because I had no more inventory space.
Hello there.
Oh my gosh, he scared the heck out of me. What do you drop, sir? You drop potatoes. On day 10, it was back down into the mines, but instead of gold, I found lapis, which eventually gave me some melon seeds. Finally, some gold ore. I mean, sugarcane. I mean, you know what I mean. I decided that I was going to use a bunch of lapis above the mangrove in the tower, so I broke down all the crafting benches that I had gotten from the tough mining and turned it into lapis blocks. But then I immediately completely forgot that I was going to do that. For whatever reason, instead of building up the lapis, I decided to go exploring in order to find more sugarcane. I came across the original ruined portal, found out that obsidian turns into cod, crying obsidian turns into magenta wool, which goes into warp roots, which is nothing. I found the original village and I got my coal and my gold back. I also tested out hay bales, which eventually turned into a blast furnace. So I set one aside and then broke another one, and it's some kind of loot, but I'm really not sure what. Made sure to pick up all the sugarcane that I could, and then I came across Uncle Juan, the ring trader. It would have been nice to get some ice, but sadly, I had no emeralds. And would you look at that? Uncle Juan dropped endstone brick slabs, and his llamas gave me blocks of copper. I am still avoiding mobs. I know I'm dull diamond and everything like that. I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like I'm not in a place to deal with it. Okay, we got some white sheep. I want to try something. Since I have iron here, what happens if I shear them? Yeah, I get the wool. Oh, this is great. Day 12 found me inside of a sunken ship, but the treasures were all basically empty. So I don't think I'll be checking these out anymore. And I was extremely perplexed by all of these sticks, paper, bread, and maps that were just randomly here in a pile. Eventually I found out it comes from the dark oak leaves. They must have despawned when the mushroom grew on World Generation. Circling around the backside of my mushroom island, I found an ocean monument. And at this point, I'm convinced there's absolutely no reason to check any treasure chest anywhere. After taking care of an angry jack skeleton, I decided to check on my statistics and see how many things I had killed. It's really not a long list, so I decided to add Enderman to it. What you got for me, sir? Come on. Nothing? Did he really drop nothing? Oh no, he dropped this, a crimson button. Which is a rabbit's foot. Okay. Rose bushes drop 2 redstone dust, and 1 redstone dust turns into 1 redstone bush, which means I can infinitely multiply redstone. That's amazing. I continued shearing sheep anywhere that I saw them, but I really wish I would have stopped to find out what white wool turns into. And even though cobbled deep slate is super OP, I decided to set this one aside so that I can eventually build a furnace. And speaking of hot stuff, I caught this fan club trying to sneak up on me and get my number. What do you give me? Cobblestone. No, these guys drop cobblestone? Oh, that's the worst. That's That's gotta be the worst way to get cobblestone. You see, it's not just a furnace. Without cobblestone, I can't build any redstone projects at all. And we already know what that is. Oh! Whew. Sometimes the curiosity of what turns into what takes over, and I forget to pay attention to my surroundings. Zombie after zombie started coming after me, and I was just trying to survive the night. Oh, there's creepers everywhere. Oh, creepers everywhere. Berry bushes? I haven't seen them. Oh, what? Oh no, creepers. Hold on. I'm pretty sure those berry bushes just gave me some golden apples, but I'm so surrounded by mobs that I can't figure out what's going on. Okay. It just gave me berries. No, it only gave me berries. Oh, it's the bush. What even is that loot? It's got golden apples, and coal in like every one of them. So I went around collecting the berries first and then breaking the bushes in order to get golden apples, but also have berries that I can take home in order to make a farm. Oh! And with that, I've had enough. It's time to go home. I'm tired of all the creepers and the zombies. Ooh, a goat horn. On the way back home, I took a moment to admire my beautiful tower that still needs to be finished. I planted down the berries, tested out my new goat horn, and then I realized that I had never broken down all that gray terracotta that I collected earlier. That ended up giving me another pickaxe that I combined with my original one so that now I have Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 3. And so I took what few bamboo planks I had and started adding on to the tower. But it doesn't help when I accidentally place a block in the wrong spot, because then I have to break it and I don't get it back. Once the sun went down, I got ambushed by a horde of banshees and then found out they dropped white wool. If you remember earlier, I wish I would have tested the white wool because now I know it turns into cobbled deep slate. This is great. This means that if I make a wool farm, it's really the same as having a cobbled deep slate farm. Day 15 kicked off with white wool raining down from the skies, and I used all my newfound cobbled deep slate in order to finally craft a furnace. I added my blast furnace on top that I got earlier, and I can finally now smelt down some ancient debris. I added a whole bunch of chests inside of the tower and then started clearing out all of my shulker boxes, which took a really long time. And then I tended to the berry bush fields, which there's gotta be an easier way to do this. By the morning of day 17, all of my netherite scrap was ready, and after taking a minute to remember how to upgrade things into netherite, is that not how you do it? Is it on an anvil? It's been so long since I've done this. Oh, I need these. With diamonds. And netherrack. I don't know how to get netherrack. Actually, we already did discover that. It comes from dark oak doors. Where do I get netherrack from? Oh no. So I decided to upgrade all of my armor and my sword. And then I put away the last smithing template just in case I'm not able to get extras. Like I can't just go out and get a bunch of gray carpet and turn it into thousands of smithing templates, am I right? Now that I finally have enough obsidian, it's time to go into the nether and find out what dangers and treasures it holds. I built up the nether portal, but because I don't have any obsidian at all and have no clue where it comes from, it was down to the bottom of the mines in order to look for lava. And after breaking down some deep slate lapis ore, I ended up with the smithing templates that I needed earlier. Oh, wow. Why exactly am I trying to go to the nether? It seems like everything I need from it is right here. Oh, that's so much stuff. And I broke down the diamonds that I found, even though it's completely pointless. I don't need mangrove roots, but I just can't bring myself to leave them. and I mined for so long that I ran out of torches and had to go end it for the night. I didn't find a single ounce of lava. Day 19 brought the discovery that if I placed torches underneath gravity blocks, I could harvest them as the block that they are. Oh, finally, lava, I did it, I got lava. And then I finally found it, lava. Now we can go light our portal and head into the nether for, well, for whatever we're gonna find, I guess. Burn! Why is it doing it? But for some reason, the lava would just not cooperate with me. So while I waited for it to spread and light the portal, I built an upper room inside the tower in order to build an enchanting area. Okay, dang it. Half slabs, they get you every time, don't they? Oh, it's finally lit. It finally lit, okay. Although I don't have very many bookshelves, I had enough to enchant my bow with Unbreaking 1, which is gonna be helpful. And then on day 20, it's into the nether. Whoa, oh, okay. Woo, safe. I think we're safe. Oh, there's so much to explore. Okay, we already know netherrack turns into hay bales. We know what mushrooms turn into. Wait, what? Oh. I get white concrete powder by extinguishing fire? Oh, and that gives me pots. I got unlimited, I have literally infinite shulker boxes now. Quartz ore turns into netherrack, and the gold ore turns into a purple banner and gray wool. Oh, no. Oh, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Okay, so I am in fact not the greatest. I'm dead, I'm actually dead. Oh no. Wow, there was a hole there. I grabbed a few backup supplies, headed back in, and recollected all of my stuff. And apparently for the first time, I started learning about physics. Oh no, oh, this was a bad idea. Oh, quick thinking. Oh. Yeah, wood burns in lava. Okay, give me the boots. I don't have any. Oh, here we go, I get slabs. After gathering everything back up, the only thing that I actually ended up losing was my shovel, which really isn't that big of a deal. Wait, why did I come out over here? Why did I come out way over here? Infinite carrots! All I gotta do is light and break portals. That's amazing. Day 21 was filled with exploring. Specifically, I was trying to find another fortress to see what it would have inside of it. I did find a bastion, which had the most exciting thing. Cracked blackstone turns into repeaters. Repeaters! Chest from here. A clock! No! And then I had this Enderman running all over the place, trying to smack me in the face, yelling, "Thou shalt not pass," and I was all like, "Oh yes, I shall." So I kicked his butt and discovered this. Is that, oh, it is. Oh my goodness. Now normally the two most important things you need from a nether fortress are blaze rods and nether wart, neither of which are going to be dropped by these guys, but I want to see what is dropped. Clocks, clocks, it's not worth it. Abandon, abandon. Take your stupid clock, I'm leaving. The chests have wither roses. Oh, wither roses? Every single one of them. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but I'm happy to have them. Oh, okay, we gotta kill this guy, see what he gives me. What did he give me? Scaffolding. Okay, I wanna see what happens if I break the spawner. A snowball? That's it. A snowball. I got snowballs. I finally managed to find a warped forest, and we discovered that we can now collect bamboo from pink wool, which, you know, starts off with the nether wart, the blue nether wart, that is. Unfortunately, bamboo just turns into clocks, but if I can get enough of the bamboo itself, I'll finally be able to build my tower. At first, it just seemed like the twisting vines was dropping dark oak signs, but then I noticed every so often they would drop something different. I didn't think too much of it until I was breaking the nylium, and I found ender pearls. Ender pearls right here. Did they come from this? They come from here. I was so thoroughly confused at where those ender pearls came from, so I played back my recording. Warped Nylium only ever drops bamboo and pots, but if you watch the twisting vines, you can see all the things that are bartered from piglins when you give them gold. Satisfied that I had seen pretty much everything the Nether had to offer, I made a very dangerous escape. No. And yeah, we're gonna have to do something about this portal. It's now day 25, which means I'm about a quarter of the way through this journey. And I have to say, the hardest part is remembering what everything comes from. I'm continually forgetting. But I did discover that we have a way to get ender pearls a lot easier. Just craft it from bamboo blocks. Now I just need blaze powder so that we can make Eyes of Ender in order to find the stronghold. And then I finished out day 25, just building up the tower a little bit more. The next day, I borrowed a couple of leads from Uncle Juan, the ring trader, before setting off on adventure to find some more survivors. I mean, villagers. I stopped to collect a whole bunch of paper along the way because I intend to trade with these villagers whenever I find them. And this that looks like a giant chicken exploded is because vines drop chicken parts when they break. Uncle Juan showed up again, so I bought some orange dye and black dye from him since I'm not really sure where I'm gonna be able to find those. And then I was extremely confused when this bamboo broke into regular terracotta because I'm pretty sure last time in the Nether it turned into a clock. Now I know this is gonna hurt some of your guys' feelings, but I promise it's just for science. Nothing? Jungle leaves turn into jungle logs, which I find to be absolutely hilarious. Oh! No, sir. Ah! Creeper. Oh, just so much going on. Can we just chill for 1 second? Thank you. Ooh, emeralds. Moving into day 27, the search for survivors continues, but my inventory was full because I forgot to bring shulker boxes. So after stopping to make a few, I eventually found a village in the savannah. Oh, a brewing stand. Perfect. And who could resist breaking an orange bed? I mean, you have to. I brought my new friend back home again, where I gave him a bed to sleep for the night. In the morning, when trying to return to the same village, I accidentally found a different one that was closer by. I claimed another orange bed, found out that glass panes eventually turns into lime carpet, which gives me emeralds. Oh, that's where emeralds come from. And then I made a new friend and took him home. On the next day, I returned back to the same village again because I needed to get some sheep. The sheep agreed to come with me only on the condition that I would teach them how to jet ski. So we had a little bit of fun before returning back home to the island, where I had to go mining for a little bit of wood, and it still sounds so weird to say that, and I built up a pen for my new friends. I sheared the sheep, bred them up, and then started to get to work turning this mushroom into a house that's going to breed the villagers. I'm also going to make this the trading place where hopefully I'm going to get silk touch. Oh, and mangrove stairs turns into hoglin drops, leather and ham in one. While bringing the villagers to their new home, I noticed that my sheep were not regrowing their wool because they had no grass to eat. The villagers being successfully in their bed, I finally crafted my first bucket. I can't believe I hadn't done it prior to this. I needed the bucket to place water at the bottom where the villagers will collect. I placed a few beds outside, started a food fight, and now it's finally time to get silk touch. Lectern right there. In the process of trying to get silk touch. Oh no. Oh no. No. But fortunately, I discovered a secret that would allow me to get a lot of lecterns very quickly. And that is this right here. Wait. Did I write that down? Comparators. That is not the discovery I was looking for. Dark oak pressure plate creates lecterns, but I am glad to now know where I can get a bunch of comparators really fast. After burning through all 10 of my lecterns, I still didn't have mending, and I was out of dark oak. So I had to make up a bunch of blue concrete powder to turn into dark oak pressure plates so that I could have a bunch more lecterns. Eventually, I was offered Fortune 3 at only 13 emeralds, so I went ahead and locked him in. I want to know if I can use fortune in order to get more of normal items. And then not long after, Silk Touch, 19 emeralds. I was a little short on emeralds, so I had to trade up some paper with the other villager, but I locked him in buying a bookshelf from him, and then I purchased 1 Silk Touch and 1 Fortune 3. The Silk Touch is gonna go on my pickaxe, and we'll save the Fortune 3 for later. And now to find out if Silk Touch will give me the same block when it breaks. And the answer is no. A very disheartening no. But there's still more to explore. If you remember the mangrove trapdoor from before, when we break it, we got nothing. So let's try breaking it with Silk Touch. No. Yes, but no. Completely useless. Oops. Wait, hold on. I just got deep slip. Wait, was it because of that? It is. Admittedly, this is not the progress I hoped for, but it is progress nonetheless. So I set out to explore other things. The soul lantern still gives me nothing. Orange concrete turns into cherry blossom leaves. Black candle, still nothing. Soul sand gave me a shrieker, and blue terracotta turns into cyan stained glass. Basalt? I've finally found a way to get reliable cobblestone. I can't believe it took this long. We're on day 33. And some of this is so confusing. Like the difference between cut copper stairs and waxed cut copper stairs is getting a grass block or getting a block of basalt. So I took my grass and I gave my sheep something to snack on, that way they can regrow their wool. And I tried to plant a pitcher pod, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I spent a little bit of time clearing out my inventory and emptying my shulker boxes. It's now day 34 and I want to make a basalt farm so that I can get lots of cobblestone. So I gathered up what I foolishly thought would be enough materials and headed out to the ice spikes biome so I could use the blue ice along with some soul soil in order to make the farm. But I ran into several complications and a lot of frustration. Every time I place a wrong block, I lose that block and have to get a new one. The next morning I put Fortune 3 on my axe to see if it would give me multiple drops, and unfortunately it does not. So I gathered up a whole lot more materials, headed back out to the spikes biome, and continued the frustrating process of trying to build this farm. Right now, I'm stuck inside of it, and if I break any of these blocks, it's going to ruin everything else that I've already done. I eventually worked a way out, finished building the farm, and finally got to harvest some basalt. I mean, cobblestone. You know. On day 36, I wanted to use the grass in the sheep pen in order to get some oak wood, and I realized I was losing the battle to the mycelium. So I figured it was probably time to build a few more farms, but in order to do that, I'm gonna need a lot more redstone. So the first farm is every redstoner's dream, a farm that actually produces redstone. Well, rose bushes, but I turn those into redstone. After that, I had the idea to put 2 dispensers full of bone meal into a grass block in order to instantly grow 2 tall grass and get as many oak logs as I needed. And it works, albeit a little slow. Upgraded with a piston, and we're still slow, but at least all I have to do is press a button. One more upgrade, and voila, I'm a genius. Infinite wood. Well, until I run out of bone meal, which happened pretty quick. But the reason I needed the oak and the redstone farm is actually so that I can build my sheep farm, because wool seems to turn into such valuable things in this world. So I gathered up everything that I could in order to make as many of the different colors of dye so that I can get one of every color sheep that there is. And red to get light blue. And I'm just gonna say it that today was not one of my proudest days. I needed some birch wood, so I bred up the sheep first and then killed one in order to get birch. But because the sheep didn't have wool on it, all I got was a purple banner. So I killed another sheep that had wool, got the birch wood that I needed, and then I just put it on the ground. And I don't know why I did that, but I needed to get planks out of it in order to craft it. which meant I had to kill a third sheep. Okay, one more sheep. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But at least now I have the birch wood that I need so that I can create a birch fence post. But birch fence post was not actually what I needed. It was a birch fence gate, which wasn't what I needed either. I was reading my list backwards. What I actually need is a dandelion, and it comes from the nether. So I headed in, broke a couple of nether wart, got a couple dandelions, and collected up the yellow dye that I needed. Now that I have yellow dye and already had red, we can make orange. Collect a couple of cactus, and that turns into green dye, which is also going to give me cyan. My favorite Minecraft color, actually. Oh, there is a second turtle. There's 2 turtles. We could do eggs. We could do turtle eggs. We could try turtle eggs. I was so excited that I was going to get to breed these turtles. Oh, no. I'm sorry, turtles. I tried. Lilac isn't what I was after. I was after peonies, but I do need some, and I accidentally used all of my bone meal getting it. So I consulted the list and found out that I needed to break some magma blocks in order to get some more bone meal. Magma blocks into black banners, end stone into cauldrons, cauldrons turn into stray drops. Now I have enough bone meal to get some peonies that I found. Having pink dye allowed me to complete my collection all except for brown, which I have no clue where to find. But this also means that I now have more dye than I have sheep, which is kind of a problem. So I went down into the mines in order to collect some wood, and I ended up finding a mine shaft. Okay, so maybe it wasn't much of a mine shaft after all. While I was collecting wood, I kept on hearing zombie sounds, and I thought maybe they would lead me to the rest of the mine shaft. So I dug around for a while looking for them, and eventually found them inside of a cave that didn't look like it led to anywhere. Planted down the additional sugarcane that I got from the gold ore while I was mining, and I began clearing out an area to build the sheep farm. It's gonna have to be above ground in order to keep our grass from turning into mycelium, and my goal is to build several of these and have them blend in with the island, so I want them to look like giant mushrooms. I'm gonna have probably 4 or 5 pods with 4 to 5 sheep inside each one of them. Uncle Juan, the ring trader, helped me breed up the sheep, and then I got started putting in the redstone for the sheep farm. The goal is to trap them up there, have them be auto-sheared, and then collect up the wool down below. It's currently day 42, and unfortunately, so much happened. I thought I deleted all the footage and the world from this adventure, but months later, I found it hidden on a backup drive, and so I've released it all to you in this part 1 that I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you've had as much fun watching it as I had making it. If everybody likes this enough, then I'll continue on and finish out part 2, as I'm only actually on day 60-something of recording. I would have to finish it out, but I want to see if everybody likes it first. So that's going to be it for today. I'm Animus J, and I'll see you guys next time.